supposed to set aside. You're supposed to stand alone. When people interact with you, the kind of knowledge, the kind of impact you have in real estate is supposed to be different from an ordinary agent. The difference between a consultant and a real estate agent is this. A real estate agent will just say, you have this, this is what it is, this is the price. A consultant will advise you on the type of property to buy. And this is what this program is all about. It's not about these are the properties we have. We will show you our properties and teach you how to interfere with customers, how to get your leads, how to make those sales. Yes, we have a wonderful program that teaches you commission. But what sets you aside is what this program is about. Next slide. So how do you start with GTechSource? All you have to do is go to portal.gtechsource.com. If you go there, this is what you're going to see. If you have a login, you log in here. If you don't, you sign up. This is what you see. Jamie. You sign up, you fill your name, your middle name, your last name, your gender, date of birth, email address, WhatsApp number, your contact address, and you fill in your bank details. What we need is thing for your commission. So by the time you already have your bank details here. Yes, when you make a sale, you still have the commission form where you write all these details down. But why we need this, I'm going to explain to you in the next slide. Okay, so when you are done kind of feedback, congratulations, you successfully registered with GTechSource. Check your invitation link. If you don't see it in your email, go to your spam or your mailbox and you see something like that. You get details, you get a unique username, your unique password, and your referral link. So the concept of this referral link is, as a consultant, not only will you make money when you sell, when you invite people to sell, you make money from them when they make sales. Does that make sense? Next slide. Right. So a brief demonstration. If you make a direct sale for land, you get 10% commission. Second generation sales, you get 3%. Direct sales, you make 2%. Can I have 3 volunteers? I'm just doing a very slide. Some of you know this. What do you say? Alright, fantastic. So when you register and you make a sale, 10%, fantastic. But you have a unique referral, like I showed you earlier. So if you register somebody, this person will you. So when this guy makes a sale, how much does he get? 10%. 10%. But because you register, you get how much? This guy registers him. If he makes a sale, he gets 10%. He gets 3%. And he gets. If I register under him, I make a sale, I get 10%. He gets 2%. He gets 0%. Fantastic. Clap for yourselves, please.
But this 1, 2, 3, he makes the whole sale, make the sale.
Yeah.
So how does it go? Because it's in between.
No, nothing concerning him. They don't have a link to him. They don't exist without him, right? So it's a generation chain. So if someone under you, like someone on top of you make a sale, it does not concern you because you are linked under him. That's the beauty of it. And there is no limitation to how many people can register under you. So you may not be making sales, but the fact that you registered a lot of people under you, once they make a sale, you benefit automatically. So remember when you were registering and you put your account details, in our back end, when this guy makes a sale, this guy does not know, right? This guy does not know. But in our back end, we already seen a chain that this guy is under him, is under him. We have your account details already. So it gets credited, it gets credited, it gets credited. So you can be working, you can be on alert to text us. But I didn't make a sale now. But you see 2% commission because of your downline has made sale. That's why I call it a 3-level multi-marketing strategy here. You guys plan for GTX. For our housing scheme, for your first generation, 5%, second generation, 2%, third generation, 1%. We also have properties in Dubai. We have in US, we have in UK. So for our Dubai properties, direct sale is 2.5. second generation is 1%, third generation is 5.5%. The reason why we do this is because we understand that some people don't have the power to convince the clients, but they know someone that can do that. So rather than you just saying, Alpha, do this, let's share commission, you don't have to be greedy. If you are greedy as a consultant, you will not go far. That's the truth. You need to say it. If you are greedy as a consultant, you will not go far. Or you have to just empower more people under you. Make a sale, get the benefit automatically. Next slide, please. Alright, you can join the Billionaires Club and earn huge commission like other like minds have done in the next slide. So these are receipts of people that have earned. These are receipts of people that have earned commission with GTEx. So as you can see, in February, someone earned 1.140 million. There's 900,000 commission, and so on. And change. Someone that earned 650, there's someone that earned 700. Even last month, there's someone that earned 1.120. She sold 6 plots of one of our estates in Ibadan. 1 million commission. It's 665, it's 760, it's January, it's February, it's not updated, and so on and so forth. These are what GTEx Homes Consultant Program is all about. Apart from the trainings that we give you, apart from the commissions that we give you, there are other incentives that we reward you for being exceptional. So when you consultant, you get certain targets. Some people just came back from Maldives 2 weeks ago. We had about 25 people that went to Maldives on vacation because they hit a certain target. Just told them to make 10 plots. Just 10 plots. So apart from your commission, apart from your 10% commission, all expense paid to Maldives. In January, we went to Dubai as well. 2 weeks ago, some people just got back from Maldives. We have some of them around. Eric, can you call them, please? Call Martha, call. We have Martha, we have Jessica, we have Chema. Please call them out. So these are the incentives that comes to being with GTEx Homes. Yes, we train you. Yes, we give you commission money. But we'll also reward you for being exceptional. Next slide, please. We also have other different incentives coming up. We're going to all expense paid trip to London. All you have to do is sell 15 housing units. We have for Maldives as well in October. All you have to do is sell 10 housing units. We also have going to US. We're also going back to Dubai in September. All you have to do is sell 10, 15, or 20 housing units. And you don't have to sell it in full. Just a down payment of 5 million naira. Just get 10 people to pay you 5 million naira and get incentives. We also have other incentives. 30 housing units in installments by the end of the year, you get a Toyota Corolla. 40 housing units by the end of the year, you get a Prado. You guys should clap for GTEx. Welcome our branch manager, Omode. Mata Osaji. She was one of the people that went to Maldives. Just give you a detailed experience of how she enjoyed that.
Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Well, I don't really have much to say. I will just be brief. You know, I was one of the lucky persons to qualify for the all expense paid trip to Dubai and Maldives. Yes, I went to Dubai early. It was in January, you know, and let me just tell you guys this. I got qualified because of hard work. Yes, hard work and determination, and also hunger for success, hunger to make money. You can't go far, especially in real estate, if you are not hungry. If you are not hungry to make money. And all thanks to GTEx Homes. Thank you to Stephen Akintayo, because he's a man that keeps to his words. He will not promise you what he cannot deliver. So far, you also meet up with the target that has been given unto you. If you meet up to the target that has been given to you, especially meeting up to all these targets, then you are good to go. And the sweet and amazing part of this is that all this trip, you are not going to spend, even your commission will still come to you, your 10% will still come to you. You get to enjoy your 10% commission, and also this luxury trip. When we went to Dubai, you guys know Marriott. This is Marriott. I think they just get to Nigeria not quite long. Marriott Hotel in Dubai. Like, the trip is not something you'll be treated like a king, like a queen. Especially when we went to Maldives, we all know how expensive Maldives. If you don't have money, you cannot go to Maldives. But he was able to sponsor 25 people to Maldives, all expense paid. Isn't that amazing? And we enjoy. In fact, me personally, I had mad fun. Like, I enjoyed myself. I ate good food. It's not like I've not been eating good food anyway. I ate good meal, like something out of this world. I was eating and dining with people that matters, like king and queens of the world. Like, I was like, left to me, I don't even think, I don't have a plan to travel. I don't even think I'm going to. If they tell me you'll be going to Dubai this year, I will say, that is a lie. But courtesy of GTS, it possible, and because of my own work again, it was so possible for me to be part of these people that qualify for the trip. So I'm here today to just talk to you guys. To this training we are having here, it's free. Despite the fact that it's free, some people, they might just it's free, I'm not going, but they never know that they are only doing themselves. We call for training like this. Many people, they will show interest, and at the end of the day, they will feel like, it's free. But if you pay for this trip, you will be able to, for this training, you will be able to like take what it is that you're getting from GTS serious. This training is real, not real estate. Not all real estate company will organize training in like this. So I will just advise you guys to just take all those things serious. And this is not like audio promising. No, this is real. I have my pictures, I have my videos, I enjoyed myself. Despite the fact that I was scared of height, I went for parasailing, that is flying in the sky. I was able to see the wonderful work of nature, like God's creation. I was up there and I was like, God, is this me? Like, I had fun. And then the next trip is coming up September, and also we still have Dubai, and we have US and UK, even Maldives. So be part of this. It's not just for staff, consultants. If you qualify, you meet up to the target that has been given to you, you will go for this trip. Just get your passport ready and you are good to go. Thank you very much, guys. Hope to see you guys in UK, US. Yeah, I love enjoying it.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Jessica Martins, and I count it as a privilege to be part of people that want an unexpensive paid trip to Maldives. And that was even before Dubai. I was in Dubai early this year. See me talking like a rich person. Glory. I was in Dubai this year, and again, Maldives trip came, and I was there. Now, the code, I always say the code for this is sales. There's no two ways, it's just to sell. And I saw someone walk up to me and said, how were you able to do it? Like she said, hunger. I was hungry for success. Like I said before, I was working in the bank before, and I resigned, and I joined GTEX. People were laughing. You left your work to start selling properties, you left your start making people. And I told them, don't worry. You know, the first I called when I got to Maldives, that I saw blue water. Because it was like I just did video call and I told them myself. So it was an awesome time. It was a time to learn, to bond with people. It's a great privilege, I always say, to learn from Dr. Stephen Akintayo. What I learned from the trip will carry me through. I can still apply it to whatever I'm doing to win the UK trip. So I want to see these faces because we have another trip coming up. We have in October here. We have September here. Thank you. We have September. Please, I urge you to work hard. It's not hard. If you put your mind, you do it. It's an awesome experience. I won't even lie. I've not gone out of the country. The first time I entered the plane, so the day I landed at Dubai airport, I started shedding tears because people do not expect me. They don't expect that I will be there, but I'm just grateful to GTech Stone, to Dr. Stephen Akintayo. It's a great privilege, and I do not take it for granted. Guys, I want to see you in September. Let's meet in US and let's die with King. Thank you.
How many of you saw the swagger both of them brought here? They came like, this is normal, you know. How many of you want to travel this year? How many of you want to go with us in September, in October, November? It starts now. Now. So those of you that are new here to GTX, so let me see your answer. Alright, so let me ask you a question. What mindset did you bring here? What did you expect to learn from here today?
When I had the advert on radio, so I'm hungry I want to succeed in life. So that's why I came. I came all the way from Agbara side. So if you know what I'm here for.
Please clap for him, please. What did you expect? Does anybody have any other goals to come here? Thank you.
Not the goal anyway. It's about the inspection.
Okay.
People coming from far places is a challenge, a big challenge. Meeting up that target. So I don't know what will be done to that.
Challenge or what?
The vehicle moves 7 or 7,000.
Oh, okay.
For somebody coming from Agbara to Omole, how can he meet up?
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. In different places. So for someone coming to Agbara, from Agbara, that's which area? That's Songo area. Have you?
Ikorodu.
Sorry.
After Ikorodu.
Aton area. Yes. Property at Aton. So for him, when we are going to Aton, it's even closer to him. Everywhere is far. It just depends on where you're coming from. Everywhere is far. It depends on where you're coming from. And we also have virtual inspection. So if you don't go physically, you go online. But sir, what if you have a client that wants to? We say
No. My personal
no, I understand how arrangement does not. But you also want to go there early, on time, finish up, meet a lot of people. I was giving you insights. For you that is not comfortable for you can join online. Right? But I'm saying, what if you have an appointment on the island, on the property by 8 a.m., what will you do?
You find a means to lodge around.
So once in a while,
That's what I'm thinking.
if you need to go to that property, sir, your hunger, your determination will drive you to find a means to lodge around and go.
It's like today, maybe I will not go home. I just need to get ready, come back
Fantastic.
for a lodge.
And those are the attributes of a successful person. You do what it takes, all that matters, all you need to do. Most people know what they need to do today to make money, but they always find excuses not to do it. It happens to me too. Some people used to wake up early. They know that if I wake up early, I'll finish, but no. That bed is always dragging them. So your first step, if you know that you have to do these things, next thing is to do what? Is to do it. Selling real estate is not easy. It's not easy. Being important is like difficult things ever to do. But with determination, with consistency, with hunger, and the willingness to learn, it's going to be easy. Just like I shared earlier, what's the difference between being a normal agent and being a consultant? A normal agent just says, this is the property, come and buy. A consultant should be able to convince a client, advise a client, tell him these 3 things that I wrote earlier: what to buy, where to buy, and who to buy from. These are very key product knowledge. As a consultant, You just tell your client what to buy, where to buy, and who to buy from. These are the first 3 steps to really know business. That you know this real estate industry. That someone come and meet you that, sir, I want to buy a land. And you say, with your budget, with what you want, you don't need a land, you need a house. You have to be audacious. Please repeat after me. What did I say? What to buy,
where to buy, and who to buy from.
What to buy can be, should I buy a land? Should I buy a house? Should I buy a dry land? A wet land? And for you need product knowledge. You have to be sure of what you are selling. It's not about where this place is located at Pejuleki, located at all these things. You should know the benefits of that place. Why should I invest in this? We hold trainings every month, and the last training I shared with people about the integrity about product knowledge. That product knowledge is everything about the product. The rental value, the value of properties around there, the company you are selling for, where the properties are located, the economical value of those areas. These are the things that consist of a product knowledge. And this is what makes you a consultant. This is what differentiates you from an ordinary agent. I asked a question last time, like, which place in Lagos will you advise your client to buy from? Someone says, I want to buy a property in Lagos. Where will you tell them to buy? What's an answer? Where in the island? Why?
Because I think the main Lekki that we know, the Lekki person, right? Lekki right now, in my own case, I would say Lekki is no more the big man area anymore because it's been saturated by so many people. And the mission of bigger guys there, they don't want to stay in Lekki again. So I'm regretting why they actually get Lekki to stay in the first place. And Lekki is saturated by all manner of people per se. So I think that this is one of the tips that leads to some of my clients to convince them to buy the Lekki and the likes, and this is like that because it's kind of quiet and it's still not so choked and jam-packed yet. So and that's the kind of structure that GTS has actually put in place to make the place livable for the new set of people that want to actually buy the Lekki. And because if you ask me today, most of the Yahoo boys now want to stay on the Lekki, and they actually stay on the Lekki right now. That's why you see the police and harassing youths or younger guys, because it's, I don't know, it's actually ludicrous. If you see a young guy having probably a GL or a G-Wagon car, it's like, whoa, so where you get this car from? It's because of because the area is getting jam-packed and too many people are coming to the area. So many people are, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things that I used to convince my clients.
Fantastic. Whenever you ask someone asks you that kind of question, the next thing is to ask them questions, right? There's nothing bad in what you said, but there's something you are missing out. You don't know the intention of the buyer. So whenever you meet a client and he asks you of a property, first thing is to ask questions. Always ask questions. Someone asks you now, where should I buy in Lagos? You have to ask them. There are a lot of places you can buy in Lagos. But for me to give you the best choice for you, what do you intend to use this property for? What do you want? Do you want a land or a house? Okay, I want a land. Fantastic. Do you intend to use it for land banking? Or you want to build immediately? Okay, I want to build immediately. That's great. Do you want to live there or rent it out? I want to live there. Fantastic. You can now start thinking of areas that you think people can live in. That will be beneficial for him. The question people should run away from, don't ask for budget. at times it's good to ask for budget. Most of the time it's good. Okay, I don't have a budget. Okay, how much have you set aside for this transaction? So you can have an idea of the area you want to live. If he says, okay, I want to buy a land no more than 2 million naira and I want to build immediately. Sir, there's no juju you use in Lagos. You can't buy a land of 2 million and build immediately. It's good title in Lagos. You know it, him, he doesn't. As an agent, you say, okay, sir, you start looking for land with 2 million in Lagos. As a consultant advising, you tell him, with 2 million naira, you can only get a land for what? For land banking. With 2 million naira, you can only get a land inside Ekpe, inside Ikorodu, and it does not have a title. Every time you get a question, you what? Repeat after me. Always ask questions. That's different between a normal agent and a consultant. So one of the best places to buy real estate right now, especially when it comes to investment, is where? Ibejuleki. Everybody knows that. For investments, Ibejuleki. But why Ibejuleki?
Refinery of industries, refinery and other developments, free zone. There are some developments coming there, individuals, governments. So there'll be high demand of housing in those areas. There are even airports coming up.
That's good. So what do you do now? You use the features. No. Use the features to explain the benefits. That's what you did. So you mentioned Dangote refinery, right? That's a feature of Ibejuleki. What's the benefit of having a refinery around? It means people will stay there. It means there will be demand for housing. It means the market is already in a deficit for housing. There's already a housing deficit. I mean, if I should buy in Ibejuleki, there are people already wanting to buy my property. There's a market for it. Nobody wants to live in Ibejuleki now. One man, I'm staying in Lekki. I said I want to buy a house to live in. You're not marketing Ibejuleki to me. It may not sound right. But I want to rent out a house and you market Ibejuleki. And you tell me there are people wanting to rent my house. Won't I jump on it? This is why you need to ask. Ask questions. Ask the right questions. Ask the most difficult questions. How many of you have gotten disappointed when calling a client before? Who has tried to sell real estate before here? Try. Who has sold before here? Eh? Fantastic. So who has tried but not sold? Tried not sold. Who else? Why? Why do you think so?
I think the confidence and the bonus is not there.
Confidence.
Yes. So many times I ask so many questions and I know the right places to answer them because they have so knowledge to actually give them the best answer they want. And that's why I keep learning now and getting.
I can't hear it.
Most clients want to ask you some vital questions, difficult questions, just like you said, and you don't even have the right answer to give them, or you can be very careful while you answer them. They want to examine where you say them, they want to analyze what you say to them, they want to get the actual result that they want you to tell them, but I'm not getting the right answer to give them. Sometimes I actually refer them to some of the GTS staffs to give them a better insight on the properties.
So you don't have sufficient product knowledge?
Yes, not yet. Getting there.
Okay. So this is what GCP is all about.
That's what's going
Master for Dr. Stephen.
I dropped the alarm. My presence announced the alarm. Okay, Too much. Too much. How you guys doing today? Well, it's been a long day for me. I need the marker. I've been training since morning, and God is my strength, It's okay, it's a drill.
Yes, sir.
I thought as much.
You need your presence.
It's my swag just brought, And funny enough, Nigerians are not even used to alarm, talk less of this. So many people here wanted to start running. How you guys doing today? So have you been educated about what GCP is about and how you can be part of it? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you how to become a good salesman. One of the things that I've realized that you cannot be successful in life without being an effective salesman or woman, right? You have to be very skillful in the art of selling if you are going to be good at becoming a successful person. All successful people are great salesmen and what? And women. Does it make sense to talk? Next. So I believe most of you know me. I'm Stephen Akintayo, MD of GTS Global. We're a group of companies. We're into real estate, agriculture, tech, and so consulting, and so on and so forth. Next. Okay, so yes, last year they said I'm so good in real estate. I got a doctorate degree, honorary doctorate degree in real estate. If you think that's cool. So I'm doing something. Right, next. How many of you know Grant Cardone?
Hey, today I'm on with the Global Property Brokers Conference. Dr. Stevens with me. This guy's amazing, phenomenal human being, okay? I got 10,000 people in Nigeria watching this today. You can see this right here. I got my little lights set up. I'm in Miami.
So some of you don't know Uncle G. If you are going to do real estate, you must know Grant Cardone, right? He has property asset worth in excess of $3 billion, right? And over $1 billion was done on social media. So if there's a man who has mastered the art of using social media, is Grant Cardone. Funny enough, he's 64 years of age. If I said to be the most influential businessman on social media. And one of the things I always say about him is the power of understanding that age is a number. Are we together now? I believe there's none of us who is 65 or 64 yet. And you see many of us who say, all this social media is for children. Meanwhile, here is a man that has built $1 billion on social media. Right? From literally nothing. And he built massive wealth for himself. And you and I can do the same. It's a big challenge in terms of that. And he's one of my sales mentors. I paid him over $70,000 this year just to learn sales from him and my team also. Right? Because he's a genius in this area. And he's been able to use this to change a lot of people's life. I always insist that if you really having a product is another thing. So I have this formula: PV plus AV equals to CCF. So you can have what we call actual value. This is actual value, AV. This is what? Passive value. And this is what? Consistent cash flow. So usually many of us have this. We have AV. We have the actual value. But we don't have the what? The passive value. So we're not able to generate the volume of income we actually deserve. We really have the value, we have the product, we have the service, but our problem is what? It's the perception, because it's the perception that brings the sales. If you don't give the right perception, people are not going to buy from you. They're not. one of the things Dubai has taught me is the fact that there's so many property in Dubai. The challenge of many of the developers is selling. Right? In fact, we just probably rejected a property in Dubai, 21 story, 21 floors, and this level of quality. And the owner is giving everything to us. Another 10 years. So we don't have the capacity yet. We don't have the capacity yet. Right? And these are real realities here, where people are pumping money, but the challenge is who will sell it, right? Who will generate the sales? How can sales be made? And we've seen cases over and over again. And if you're serious about building wealth, then you have to master the art of what? Selling, which is creating the perception that I'm an expert here. I can help you get your property. I can help you own a property. Right? Next. So yeah, a lot of testimonies from a lot of our students whose life has turned around. Here's a very touching one when this young man set me his own. He joined my program during the lockdown. And what do you see here? 2 billion naira. In literally 1 year, he sold 2 billion naira, just learning from me. And that's one of the things why I love what I do, because I'm not just an entrepreneur who has built wealth for myself. I've invested in raising other people. And there's nothing that gives you joy when you know that your life is not just meaningful for you. Are we together now? But God has used you to what? Turn the story of many other people around. One of the persons who probably will talk to you guys is TMO today. I think she's on her way. TMO is on Your View. I don't know if you watch Your View on TVC, right? Celebrity people know her, but no money. On the show last year, and right now she does between 40 to 50 million every month. So you can turn things around for yourself, but one first that you must master is the art of getting a sales mentor. If you want to be a successful salesman or entrepreneur. So number 1 point is what? Sales mentor. Sales is about sales, isn't it? Yes. Right? Yes. As an entrepreneur to get a business what? Mentor. So to become a great salesperson, get a sales mentor. The same rank it up. There are 2 ways to getting a mentor. You either serve the mentor or you what? Pay the mentor. 2 ways. Serve the mentor. The Igbos have mastered this art. Go do apprenticeship under an Igbo businessman for 7 years. He sets you up and you're on your own doing work. And many of us have not picked that up from the Igbos. And that's why a lot of businesses crash. Right? It's an effective way to serve your way to being mentored. Right? But if you're not busy, and that's one thing I always say, you cannot afford not. You cannot afford to have, by the way. You can't have in your life over 10. You can't afford to have it. You're going to be proud to have money. Are we together now? So you can't be poor and proud at the same time. The same way, also there are 2 things you can't afford not to have. Time and what? Money. So if you don't have time, make sure you have what? Money. If you don't have money, make sure you have what? Time. So that you can then trade the time for what? For money. If the issue is that time is now your problem, you can trade the time. That's the concept of owning a business. It's called OPT. Other people's what? Time. As you build wealth, what do you start doing? You start using your money to get more of what? Other people's time. Does this make sense at all? So in the same way, you need to understand that you cannot afford, if you have time, then go and have a mentor and learn. But if you don't have the time, then have money to pay the person. So for me, now there's no way I can leave my business and go and serve Grand Cardone. Hence why I've had to pay $70,000 this year alone to him. For all my mentors I've spent this year on mentorship alone is 150,000 USD. That's in excess of, that's about 70 million. This year alone, we've not ended the year. So when you see people flying, the secret is that they're, when you see people flying already, the secret is what? They are being trained. They're investing a lot. People often tell me, you don't think like an average Nigerian entrepreneur. It's also because I don't have an average Nigerian entrepreneur as a mentor. I have people who have done $3 billion and they are hungry. They still work 14 hours. Those are the people I have as mentors. Does this make sense to talk?
Yeah.
Because whoever is by the way, put your phone on silent, please. It's just a professional ethics that every smart entrepreneur or salesperson must learn. It's very rude when you go for a meeting and your phone is ringing. Very rude. And many of these people calling you, they are not adding value to your life. I can assure you. Some of them even need money from you. How many of you agree with me? These calls are not as important. Nigerians spent last year 2 trillion, despite COVID-19, 2 trillion naira on recharge card, on all these telecoms. And most of it is not business calls. So, hello. Do you know what I do? I use. No single business call. It is well. Anybody that knows me knows I don't like calls. Chat me up. I will respond. Like, all these calls can turn your head upside down. Hello, everybody calling you. Okay? So, 2 what? Trillion on hello. It's more than what we spent on sugar. I'm not kidding you. Last year, people spend more money on telcos than sugar, than salt, than oil, palm oil. May God deliver us. Next slide. So first thing, have a what? Have a mentor. Right? If you don't have a mentor, you'll be tormented in life. You must have a mentor if you are going to go far. And mentorship is not about age. Right? Not about age. It's not even about status. Mentor was younger than I do. And by status, I was higher than him, but to learn. Remember, I went to his house, I said, "Oh, guy, don't come with my boss." And I learned. I know the funny thing about mentorship, you are always going to rise higher than your mentor if you do it well. Which is why I don't know whether you get my point. Because usually you are supposed to produce more results. Because remember, you are able to see even your strengths and even the weaknesses of the system and perfect it as you grow your own business. Does that make sense to talk? That's one of the beauty of mentorship. So it helps you to go further. I've said today in one of the sessions, I said, if there is any shortcut to success in life, it's mentorship. And everybody chorus it. If there is any shortcut to success in life, is what? It's mentorship. That's the only shortcut. Having somebody who has gone ahead, who can show you the ropes. That's the only thing the only way the journey can be shorter. The only way. Because you're able to learn, you're able to pick some things that even him didn't learn on time. For example, nobody gave me the opportunity I'm giving you. Nobody spent millions to organize seminars and start training me for free like you just even had today. Nobody did it for me. In fact, when I finished school, I remember printing 100 CVs and I had a cover letter that says, "Do not pay me for 6 months until I prove myself." One of those offices, they said, "Hey, yeah, we don't even have table and chair. You can sit down." That's the reason why they didn't pick. You see why I don't like the Nigerian youths are given. Because many people didn't have it as bad. And I'm talking about over a decade ago. So when you are coming, 15 years later, and you are saying Nigeria, it has always been bad. It is say there's no job now. There was never a job. Remember I'm talking to Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper was in his 50s. And until recently when we got talking, I used to feel like, I will tell you, your whole generation, you had it this, I said, had it what? Even me, when I finished too. Right? We finished in the 80s. He said, they too, they struggled to get a job. In the 80s. So Nigeria elite sometimes just, surprise me when they talk. Because Nigeria has always that problem. Always. Somebody will say we are united. We've never been united. Never. Not during our war or Zeke. We've never been united. Right? So there's always been problem. I would say now, the question is, despite the problem, can you make something tangible out of your life? That's the issue. Despite that Nigeria isn't working, can you make something work for yourself? That's the challenge to young people here. Just make something work for yourself. Because nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. Does that make sense at all? So how do I become a successful salesman? Number one, next slide. Know your product and make a research. Okay? Make research your habit. Kofi Annan says knowledge is power. Information is liberated. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Kofi Annan is a former Secretary General of UN. Now, Dan Locke says the amount of money you are making is directly proportional to how deep you understand your marketplace's pain and how to help the relief of them. What is the pain of real estate sector in Nigeria? You must understand it. How can you relieve that pain? That's the secret. Relieve that pain. So, what were some of the secrets of GTEx that has helped us to build a good reputation? Number one was we realized people don't trust third parties. Are we together now? They don't trust what? Third parties. When it comes to real estate transactions. So what did we start doing? We started doing the process of saying, if you buy property from us at GTEx, we are going to send all your, by the way, please come forward. We like everybody to come forward. Can we occupy? So there's a chair in front. Who is sitting there? Can you sit there? That we're sure people. Can you come forward so that they can now occupy them? There's a lot of time when people don't occupy the seat in front, you will still distract me when other new people come. Are we together? Now, we realize that there are people that their father has scammed them in real estate. Mother scam. Cousins. So what did GTEx do? We partner with DHL and say if you buy property from GTEx from anywhere in the world, we will deliver your document to you directly to your doorstep, no extra charges. Because we understood what? The pain of the marketplace and provided a what? A relief. When we started that, GTEx became a delight. Everybody, no, I don't need to ask anybody. They will give me my thing. Open doors. What was the other thing we realized? A lot of our customers were coming from US, from Canada, from Australia, right? Calling during Nigerian app working hours didn't make sense to them. So we set up 247 CRM. If you call GTEx phones now, 2 a.m., somebody's speaking. 3 a.m. I was in London, I think, was it July? I remember one of our clients was saying to me, say, I made payment for your Nigerian real estate by 12 a.m. 1:30, somebody called me from the office saying, we confirmed your payment. Say, my head swelled. I was like, this is it. This is it. Understanding the what? Marketplace what? Pain and providing a relief. And that just opened things up for us. We grew by more than 500% last year. 500%. This year we're going to see, hopefully we'll do better. Right? Are we together now? So, if you are going to be successful as a salesperson, you must know your product. You must do research. You must understand the marketplace and provide tangible solutions to the challenges in the marketplace. When we started in Dubai also, similar thing. Why did we expand to Dubai? Some people started having their doubts. Not sure I want to invest in Nigeria. Well, we continue to invest in Nigeria, by the way. How many of you know that? In fact, in the next 15 years, by the year 2035, we're building 25,000 housing units. By the grace of God, we're going to be putting over $15 billion to build that in the next 15 years. So we're investing. But some people have given up. Again, in business, there's no what? There's no sentiment here. So what did we do in GTEX? We decided to say, well, you don't want to buy Nigeria. You can buy property from us where? In Dubai. Right? And now, some weeks we do $2 million, $3 million in property sales in Dubai in a week. Okay? Again, what have we done? We moved to US market and UK market. I think one of the biggest disaster or challenges that we face as Africans is called mental laziness. Can we say mental laziness? Mental laziness. I see people get lazy mentally. I have a rule. When I succeed in anything, it's the time to expand. It's time to do more. Some people, when they succeed, they tend to relax. They hey, the thing is working. For me, when it works, there is a proof that we should do more. Not a proof that we should relax. That we should do more. That we should expand. Then we should double down. But many of us get a bit relaxed. Mental laziness is the biggest reason for poverty in Africa. People are really lazy. We don't regurgitate, right, solutions over and over again. If you really want to succeed at anything, including selling real estate, you need to regurgitate strategies to sell real estate at least 10 times. And I promise you, you will hit your target. If you have 10 options, 10. But you take one and you say, I have a genius idea. What if that entire place puts your phone on silence? What if that entire model doesn't work? What if COVID-19 happened? One of our strategies last year, 2020, was it was one of the biggest way I get 90% of my clients are not in Nigeria. So one of my biggest strategy for attracting them is to travel around the world. Of course, some people think it's just I've gone to chop life. Right? But in reality, they are excited to see me in person. Right? Even though they can't come to Nigeria, but at least I see the MD of the company. Right? So I travel. So the goal was that 2020 was going to be the highest traveling year for me. By March, I traveled to Rome, to Venice, to Germany, to France, by March, to UK. On my way, of course, in March, we already started hearing COVID. So I got to Nigeria, I think 3 days later, they even locked Nigeria down. That was when the lockdown happened. So what happened? The entire strategy for the year gone to window. Because now we can't continue traveling like one wanted. We needed another strategy. You see why I say mental laziness is the problem? Because if you don't have multiple options to arriving at a desired destination, then when one option is what you are relying on, if anything happens to that option, you're gone. And you must have multiple. You must have many options. So, but the solution is you have to research. You have to understand your industry. You have to understand your industry. I became a billionaire in real estate, yet I went back to school. I'm currently in Harvard, learning what? Real estate. Shouldn't you say, you made money now, what do you want? What would Harvard teach you? there's more to learn. Whether at 20 or at 40, the day you stop learning is the day you start. You know, many people actually die at 30, then they bury them at 70. And that's the reality. Some of us either stop learning or stop dreaming or stop being passionate at a certain age. The rest is just the day we die. That won't be your story. You'll be passionate till the end. The Bible says even in old age you will still be what? Bearing fruits. In old age, still coming out with content. I always tell people there are 3 phases to life, my own definition. Some people say 30-30. Me, I do 40-40. My goal is to live to 120. Amen? Amen. My first 40 years, as far as I'm concerned, not after profit. In 13 years, I've not drawn profit in GTEX. In 13 years. There's no year we sat down and say, yes, we have made this profit, let's eat it. Not in 13 years. Because the first 40 years is to learn. It's to learn. Keep putting back. Keep investing. Keep digging deeper. The next 40 years is to earn. At that point, yeah, you can begin to keep a lot aside. And then the last 40 years is to rest. That's when I'm 81. I start reducing, while using the tempo small, think legacy, speak in universities and say when we started. Remember Izu? Professor Izu, come and tell them when we started. And then spend the next 40 years impacting and resting, but sharing and mentoring people and just do lecture in your life. Next slide. How do you like that life? Okay, but my covenant with God is to live 120 in good health, not the one that we're doing carrying me about. Nobody carrying me. 120 sound, mentally sound. Then the day I want to die, I call my children. Oh, I miss you guys. I love you. I'll close my eyes and meet my maker. Start declaring your own now. Remember, you're a prophet over your destiny. Yes. It's what you say. Start saying it. This is Lord, this is what I want. There's no crime. Next is to build a trustworthy personal brand. All my biggest secret is I've built a very strong personal brand that people can trust. I don't know if you agree. Yes. That's why you are here. Right? A trustworthy personal brand. And it cost me a lot to build. It's made me reject a lot. It's made me lose money a lot. Just because you want to stick to a personal brand. Just because you want to build a name that people will respect. So what's my definition of social capital? Social capital, in my own definition, is experience plus knowledge when being demonstrated. That's why I call social capital. Okay, experience plus knowledge being demonstrated. When people see you having enough experience, having enough knowledge about your industry, they are able to what? To trust you. And I say social capital is more important than money because it gives more than money. Right? It gives more than money. People literally come to your aid because you have social capital. I don't know whether you get my point. People defend you because you have social capital. One day I heard somebody was, saying something bad about me on social media because one of our bloggers, they were like 2 bloggers fighting. So incidentally, one of the bloggers,